We're back, and today we take a look at every single possible NFC playoff scenario. We're going to be doing the NFC, but we'll have another video for the AFC. A lot can change. We have a lot of good matchups this week. And taking a look at the first thing, we'll go team by team, breaking down what potential seed each team can have as a result of any possible combination. So obviously there's tons of combinations. You know, do you really think the Rams are going to lose to the Cardinals? There's some things that are more guaranteed than not. The big asterisk right now is I'm recording this on Monday night. So I don't know yet if the Rams beat the Falcons. It's going to change things if they don't. But call me a risk taker. Let's assume the Rams beat Atlanta. So that's going to be a big asterisk here. Heading into Week 18 for the NFC, right? Big matchup. Panthers, Buccaneers. It's simple. These two teams, it could not be easier. You win, and you're in as the 4 seed. So this game is truly, one team's eliminated, one team's in as the 4 seed hosting a playoff game. Who's it going to be? We'll have an actual video with my playoff predictions. We already did the weekly predictions, so technically you already know, but I'm going to have more clarity now on who's actually going to be trying in these games and what games are important. So Panthers, Bucks, simply win and in. Let's go to the Seahawks and 49ers. We'll go with the Seahawks first. They have a pretty wide range of outcomes, right? Seattle Seahawks, they're 13-3 heading into the week, and the 49ers are 1 game back. Guess what? They're playing each other. The Seahawks win. Congrats, you're the 1 seed. We all know Darnold plays well in big games. It's a joke. So the Seahawks simply win, and you get the bye week. 49ers. The 49ers win. They get the bye week. This is where things get tricky here for Seattle. Seattle, if they lose, there's actually a chance that they end up as the 6th seed, right? And that would then be dependent on whether or not the Rams beat the Arizona Cardinals. Presumably they will. So the Rams, take a look at this. The NFC West, the entire division, if the 49ers win, I think the entire division finishes 13-4. Absolutely wild, bonkers. And the Seahawks then are the 6th seed. Kind of crazy, right? So Seattle's 1, 5, or 6. Looking at the 49ers, we already mentioned that, right? If they win, they're the 1 seed. What happens if the 49ers lose? You can see then they're 6 or 5 dependent on the Rams' outcome. So the 49ers are either 1, 5, or 6 as well. Chicago. The Bears can be the 2 seed with a win, right? They're contending with Philadelphia. Basically, Philly and the Chicago Bears are pretty easy. The Bears have the head-to-head tiebreak over Philly. Don't even get me started. That was just, what are we doing, right? But if the Bears win, guess what? It doesn't matter. Eagles, Commanders, both these games are at 4:30. So they'll be playing simultaneously. Both of them are going to be trying until, if the Bears are up by 40 at halftime, which they won't be. I think the Lions actually might win. They're only 1.5-point dogs here. But pretty much the Eagles need to have some help from Detroit to earn the 2 seed. The Eagles need to handle business, right? Because if the Bears lose, but the Eagles also lose, then the Bears retain the top spot. And then things could get, it's still 2 seed or 3 seed between Chicago and Philly. More likely than not, if the betting favorites win and the Bears and Eagles both win, then it still stays Chicago 2, Eagles 3. But if the Lions pull off an upset, we could see some movement there with Philly leapfrogging Chicago. The Green Bay Packers, a lot of outcomes for them too. Psych, they're the 7th seed. They're locked in. There's no movement. They're 7th seed. Tough. You're on the road, buddy. We already covered the I think we didn't. The Los Angeles Rams, we kind of already covered them, right? If the Rams win, it doesn't matter what happens. They're the 5 seed. If the Rams lose, it doesn't matter what happens. They're the 6 seed. So, the Rams are really playing for 1 extra spot, and then they're hoping that, they're going to be on the road no matter what. The first game, a wild card game. But then they're hoping that a 6 or 7 seed sneaks in, and then they play one of those teams, and maybe they have a better chance at hosting a playoff game, right? So the Rams, they're going to play versus the Cardinals, you would assume, just to try getting 5 seed instead of the 6 seed. And then we already covered Panthers, Bucks. That's every team in the NFC. Panthers, Bucks, winning in. The Seahawks, 49ers, a lot of implications there. The most impactful game is obviously Panthers, Bucks. Second most impactful game, I have to say, is probably going to be Seahawks, 49ers. Obviously, there's some drama between whether the Eagles and Bears are 2 seed or 3 seed. And then the Rams, they're really playing for 5 seed or 6 seed. So what you like to see, actually, in Week 18 of the season is there's only one team in the NFC that's really playing for nothing. That team being the Green Bay Packers. The Packers could care less if they win or could care less if they lose versus the Minnesota Vikings. It doesn't matter. It doesn't impact a single thing. You know, you might be saying, how are the Buccaneers at 8 and 9 going to be 4 seed over the Packers at 10 and 6? Welcome to divisional and playoff seeding rules, right? Maybe I'll make a whole video on explaining playoff seeding. We already have one on the channel. Maybe I'll replicate that. But there it is. That's the NFC playoff picture. Now, if the Rams lose to the Falcons, surely Atlanta is not going to troll us like that, right? Then a lot's going to change here. The 2 seed and 3 seed, I believe, would still be quite similar. Yeah, so I mean, if that changes, surely the Rams handle business here versus Kirk Cousins, right? All right, boys, I'll see you in the AFC video as well.